This is the first monster scenery. Check it out. I couldn't believe it. Now I'm starting to understand the picture. This is incredible. This is incredible. There is one gigantic ass hand with dark blue or purple claws on the left hand side. It's a huge hand. But this monster right here is grabbing or strangling something. This is amazing. This thing is a reptile with a mouth wide open. There's a second animal and a third animal coming out of their mouth. See? Oh boy. Well, look, these are the hands, both hands. He has some kind of wrist watch or something, just like the Anunnaki. And look, that's the shoulder, the head, the eyes, but the face has multiple faces. There's several faces there. This is the main one that I'm just gonna do for now. I mean, there are so many faces. And the entire picture is one gigantic face, and that lake right there, that's supposed to be a crater. That's not any damn crater. That is one freaking eye. It's part of another huge eye that is on the right hand side. It's just the picture is not big enough to show that part. I have to find that part in another image from the Apollo 8. This is the only image from Apollo image catalog, any of the Apollos, that show exactly how the moon looked like. This is the best picture ever of the Apollo 8. I don't know how it escaped their tampering, but this is, I mean, it's crystal clear. And that's what the moon is all about. It's filled with sculptures that are all reptilian motif. This is all reptiles. Reptiles of every shape and form. I mean, you see reptile birds, I mean, prehistoric birds. You see a snake, you see, I mean, it's every kind of reptile. And that's a reptile man, I suppose that's what it looked like. That thing right there, that's a reptile man with little bitty eyes. They're not huge as they, I mean, there's another kind that has, the one in the huge picture right there. I mean, it is, for all the sceneries are terror, they're horror. That's what they thrive on. Bad shit. Oh my God, this is incredible. So this is a one gigantic pair of eyes. That is one huge eye. It's an hexagonal shape, but that's only part of the biggest eye. I mean, it is incredible. Only from above you can see that. You cannot see that from up close or at ground level. You will never see what that is about. But they made sure that you can, because they had small, medium, large, and extra large sculptures. And I see the same thing in every single planet and moon. But it's from above at a certain distance that you can see what the whole deal look like. But this moon specifically is decorated with these horrible looking things. I mean, it's all aggressive and oh my goodness. Like I say, this this is a reptile with the mouth open. Those are the sharp teeth. Look, that's the bottom jaw. And from his mouth there's another reptile that has another reptile coming out of his mouth too. Look, this is the right eye. This is the left eye right here. You can see the vertical pupil. But this thing right here is either holding something or strangling something, but it's not this reptile because there is another one right here that looks almost like a duck. Right here, and you can see the eye right there. You can see the eye, and I mean the face, the beak, or snout. I'm not sure what this thing is like. Well, because every single one becomes another thing. Look, there is a reptile right here with the mouth open. I mean, and he's holding this thing. I don't know what, these are his hands. Look, this is the hands. This yellow deal and the fingernail. They even made a finger, but this thing has 6 fingers. 6. Not 3, 4, 5, 6. And so this, I don't know what the deal, but this one, this is the other hand. And it's right there like that. And he's holding this thing, and I don't know what this deal is, if it's a dog or it looks more like a reptile than a bird. We had the scaly ridges along the top of the face. These are the eyes. They all look mean. Mean looking, bad shit. Oh, look at this thing, the face. And he has these wrinkle ridges, not ridges, creases. But it's filled with faces. It's all faces everywhere. I mean, everywhere. Every single inch it has faces. I mean, this entity didn't miss 1 inch. This thing that becomes the watch is the left eye for this deal right here, which is the right eye. Amazing. Well, that is the eye for another deal here, for another eye. This is how, and then there is another thing that looks like an antenna, a dish, a parabolic dish, but it's hexagonal. And you see this up here, right above the left eye, and you see it here. I mean, they're everywhere, these dishes looking things. And I don't think those are antenna that had nothing to do with communication. That is some kind of energy collector or something. I don't know. I guess they only them know what the deal is for. But this thing is not only this face, but this is a bigger face with a nasty looking, demonic looking something here. Oh my God, this picture is a nightmare. It's a complete nightmare. Nightmarish shit. No wonder those astronauts look depressed. I mean, they look like they were traumatized. Well, after you see something like that, how the hell you gonna feel? You're not gonna feel too good. And see, that lake is really a big eye, and it's not a lake at all. This thing is filled with structure, but somehow, for some reason, it turned out black. But I've seen other images where this thing right here, the Tsiolosky Crater. None of those are craters, none of it. There is no one single crater on the moon. That's all bullshit. We've been lied to death. Not a single impact crater, but molten holes with shapes, hexagonal, squares, you name it. It's all, I mean, it's all a freaking lie. NASA had lied to us to death. And yesterday they released the sound from the Apollo 10 when it was passing on the dark side of the moon. And what you hear there is that infernal voices. It sounds like the recording from the movie The Conjuring. The Conjuring, whatever the heck you say that. When the Warrens were recording the lady of the house, her voice never came up on the recording, but at the end it was all the same sound, like ah, like thousands of voices in hell, hellish voices screaming. Well, that's what those sound to me like. There wasn't any freaking music. I never heard of music that sound like that. Music from hell, maybe. From an infernal music. Anyway, this is what the first part of this image. I already saw there is a gigantic freaking hand. On the left side, all that purple deal, those are fingers, huge fingers. These are fingers right there. And they have claws, dark claws, like that. I mean, all it took me was to give it a glance. And I was like, what? Is that what I'm seeing? Yeah, that's what it was. I've been looking at this picture for a long time and never pay attention to the detail until now. Until last night, I was like, what that look like? Oh my God, that's what that is. And see, there is another face right next to that guy that is coming to the right. Look. Well,